Welcome back. Recent government figures have revealed that more than 7,000 Brits are on sickness benefit as they are declared too fat to work and cost the taxpayer more than £28 million in benefit payments last year alone.
Well, with us now is mum of one, Jay Cole, who weighs 22 stone. She's fit to work and claims she's desperate for a job. But employers won't hire her because she says she's overweight. She says company bosses are fattest and argues that she shouldn't have to lose weight to get a job.
Then there's businesswoman Hopkins, who admits as an employer she would never hire someone overweight because they are lazy and lack ambition. So there could be fireworks here. And welcome to both of you. Jay, let's start off with you first of all. Now, you have had a job, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had
You had a job which you did, it was a 6 hours a week job, and you did that for a year.
Yeah.
So you have been employed.
I have.
Were you the same size then?
Yeah, I was the same size then.
Same size then?
Yep.
So you were employable at that stage?
Yeah.
Why did that job come to an end?
Because I had a dispute about, like, timekeeping. They tried to say that I was late, and to me, I wasn't late, and it just seemed like they wanted to push me out because I was there when the other dinner ladies were there, and they never said anything to them, or they never got pulled in. And I did, and like one instant at there, my little girl was poorly, and I phoned up and said I can't come into work today because my little girl's poorly. I've got no one to look after her. I went back, and they accused me of being in KFC, which I wasn't. Apparently, someone saw me in KFC.
So what sort of jobs have you gone for after that?
I've gone for everything. I've done cleaning, retail, nursery nurse, teaching assistants. I've tried everything. So
you say that you have gone for job interviews and you can see it in their eyes that you're not going to get the job.
You walk into a room and you just see their expressions. They don't expect to see what they see on the paper, you walking into a room. You can see they're just like, oh. You just see
like
it.
a disappointment.
Yeah, you can see it automatically.
Because you are, I mean, you're qualified, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've got qualifications.
I've got qualifications, I've got all my GCSEs, I've got a level 2 diploma. I stayed at school till I was 19.
And at the moment, I mean, you are on benefits at the moment, you look after your child, but while you're doing that, you do an open university course.
To be a teacher.
You want to work.
Yeah, I want to work. This isn't like, I don't want to be on benefits. I've been on benefits since I was 18. And it's not something I want to be on. It's not something that I would be proud of.
We have to ask questions for everybody here. So this is, you know, be very careful what you say because people do get terribly upset when you ask questions like this. But I'm about to say, if you go to all that work to get your qualifications, you want to go to the job interviews, what prevents you from thinking, do you know what, obviously being this size is affecting my chance of getting a job, I'll lose weight?
But why should I have to change who I am? You shouldn't. To have a job, it is about qualifications. That's why you do that. You don't go for a job interview because you look a certain way. If you looked a certain way, there would be so many. The world would be boring. Everyone is who they are, so you're meant to look.
What do you think they're thinking? Like, what do you think an employer is thinking? Why do you think that they don't?
They think fat people are lazy. They're not capable. They're inactive, and they can't do what a normal-sized person, well, what is a normal-sized person meant to be, can do.
So, Katie, let's come to you, because that's pretty much that's you there. She's just described what you say.
Yes, I think that's fair. I think, you know, if you look at somebody that is your size, I think your immediate reaction, and it is those perceptions, those first reactions that do matter, no matter what we say, the reaction you get is, would I want to put someone in front of a client that looks like this? Would I want them to think, you know, do they look dynamic? Do they look disciplined? Do they look highly efficient? Well, no, you know, speaking frankly, and therefore Jay wouldn't be someone that I would employ. And we have to recognise there's lots of other people queuing up behind her for that job, so I have a lot of other choices.
Why would you say no to me because of the way I look, my size? Because I come across, to me, I think I come across well-spoken, well-mannered. I have the qualifications on the paper, and just because I walk in and I'm 10 size dress bigger than, say, you, and you think, no, she's not having the job, because that is why I am here today, because that is proven there is such thing as fatism.
Because I would look at you and I would think, well, I can choose from 20, 30, 200 other people.
That's like, if you
but also, I would look at you and I would think, as a small business as we are, you know, there is potential for there to be sickness-related issues to do with being overweight.
I didn't have a day off sick due to myself at work.
But that is a fact. We lost 16.8 billion last year for sickness,
and
that would worry me as an employer.
If you worked for me and come into my employment, I'd be like, I don't want to hire you because I don't like the look of you. You'd probably then try and sue me or along
but
them lines.
I would say to you, I'd say, you know this is an issue. You know people have this opinion, which you admit.
Yeah, I know.
And so why don't you think, well, you know what, if I am going to compete, if I am going to get myself off benefits, which I really want to,
but you wouldn't ask someone
change?
of a different colour to change their colour to get a job, because there is such thing as favouritism and there is such thing as disability. So you wouldn't ask someone that's got a disability, oh, you've got to not be disabled.
Well, I think maybe
you can't
people
get that job.
just say that people would perhaps
this is your
say
choice.
that if you have no reason to, no ability to change your colour.
Yeah, no.
And you have no ability to change your disability.
Yeah, but then some people that are overweight, like me, I have polycystic ovaries and I have a slow thyroid problem, so it is difficult for me to lose weight. So it's not something you can just do.
But I do find, if I may, but I do find that it's always someone else's problem. It's always the job centre's problem. You've applied, you said...
Actually, she doesn't have a problem with that. It's everyone else.
We're talking about this application for jobs as if she's been hugely diligent in this. She's applied for 12 jobs in 5 years.
I haven't applied for 12
That's what
jobs.
Your article says.
No, the article said that I have been to 12 interviews in 5 years.
OK, well, that's hardly,
but I've applied for so many jobs. But the thing is, where there is so many people going for jobs at the moment, that I am not getting the interviews.
But they can't see you when they look at the application.
When I do go for the interviews, you can see by their face they're disappointed.
Yes, and that's fair. So if you know that, why not change?
We're all talking at the same time here. Let's just hang on a second. You say that you have applied for a great many jobs.
Loads of jobs.
Right.
I'm on all the jobs.
How do they know what size you are when you apply?
I'm not saying when I apply for a job that it's to do with your size. Also, I know it's not just like, if you apply for a job, they can't see what you look like. So I know it's not just my size. It's hard to explain, like... So
you're not qualified for the jobs that you've gone for?
No, I am qualified, because I go for jobs that you have to have your GCSEs for. And I know that there is it's tough at the moment to get a job or a job interview. But it's, for example, have an example. I went for a job interview Friday, and someone I know went for the same interview with me, and you had to do a mental maths test before it. I passed the mental maths test, she never. She's a size 10, big bosoms, looks good, and she got the job and I didn't, but she actually failed the test before.
So they hired the person who was less qualified?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that's because looks still matter. You know, if somebody walks into a room, you have an immediate impression of what you think that person's able to do.
Well, that's unfair.
I'm just finishing. The way someone shakes your hand, that gives you an impression of the sort of person they're going to be. And it may be unfair, but it's totally within your remit. I'm just going to finish. It's totally within your remit to do something about it, and you're choosing not to.
That could only take you so far. That might get your foot in the door of somewhere, like we're saying, but that won't take you through. That won't carry you through.
No, like the girl now, she's told the employees, I can't do this job.
But there
Why
is
did
another
you hire
side,
me?
isn't there? There's another side to this. Because you've been unemployed for such a long period of time, that counts against you. Because you were let go from your other position for timekeeping, I appreciate that was disputed, that counts against you. There are many factors counting against you, and I think you really have to say, in order to get across those factors, to bridge those factors, you need to really make that change.
Yeah, but I have
and that's why, as an employer, I have to be honest and say I would never employ someone of your size.
The trouble is, it would appear that we live in, this is the world that we live in. This is unfair as it appears to be, certainly in your case, this is the way it is. And the trouble is also, I was reading the other day that for one job, there were 2,000 applicants. So
I appreciate that, I understand that, but it is, you can see it, like if you walk into a room and someone looks at you and just automatically writes you off. You walk into a room and you shake their hand and you say, nice to meet you, and they're like, you can see them like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. You don't expect that from someone that's employing people. They're meant to be professional.
And so to say to you, Katie, that there would appear to be employers who are missing out on absolutely the right person for the job, who's got the right qualifications, has the right attitude, is honest and wants to do it, and you're turning them down because they're too big.
2,000, you just quoted from a job we recognised from last week, 2,000 other people who are equally able. Now, if I have a choice between someone who is 22 stone, with respect, or someone who is equally qualified, has the same GCSE, same history, I will pick the other person because that is a differentiator.
Well, that's what's got to be sorted. That should be allowed. That is discrimination.
Reality.
It's not right.
It's
discrimination.
It may be reality, but that's not right.
Reality is not always right, but we have to be honest about it, and we need people that will tell it straight in order that we can make change.
I try and make footsteps in the right direction. I'd rather be part of that.
Yeah. There should be something done. There should be a discrimination against or something, because there's proof here that it does exist.
Well,
and
you
it
are
shouldn't
both
be.
saying the same thing, actually.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with any of that,
No.
but I do think where we have a benefit system that allows people to continue to make their way through life without needing to make the change, I think it doesn't help. I think unless we're aggressively pursuing careers in this competitive job market, you're not going to get a job, and I'm just trying to be honest
Yeah, but
about
I am
the sorts of
aggressive.
change
I am
we need to
aggressive.
make.
I am applying. I am doing everything that any other person would do. And just because I weigh more than a certain person, I'm not getting a job, and that should not
But
be
the
allowed.
answer to that sits with you.
No, it
Let's
does
leave it
not.
there. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Let's see what you think. Get in touch with us. Stephen is waiting in the hub to
Yeah,
field your
we're
comments.
very
We know there are
interested.
going to be loads. Thank you
That's
both
okay. It's
very
nice
much
to
indeed.
meet
Good
you.
luck. I
Thank
hope
you.
you find
I
a
hope
job.
so
I really
too.
do.
Yeah.